Bonjour à tous, c'est Estelle de Farming Together, j'espère que vous allez bien. Alors vous l'avez probablement déjà vu sur les réseaux, Sky débarque sur Farming Simulator et pour l'occasion on va découvrir les coulisses de Giants qui développe Farming Simulator. Et pour ça c'est Alexis, chef produit, qui a géré ce projet et c'est lui qui va vous emmener en Allemagne découvrir les coulisses. Je vous souhaite une bonne vidéo et n'oubliez pas de vous abonner. Salut Alexis,
salut Estelle.
Alors t'es prêt pour partir en Allemagne?
Ouais.
Alors raconte-nous comment tu as été en relation avec Giant.
Ça fait pas mal de temps déjà qu'on travaille avec différents modeurs et notamment Bruno de Univers Simu qui nous a mis en contact avec les gens là-bas et puis voilà, la coopération est partie. Il y a quelques années déjà.
Ça marche, bon tu vas pouvoir aller voir les coulisses maintenant là-bas.
Ouais.
Et je te confie les clés du van.
Merci beaucoup.
Et puis bon tournage.
Merci, salut. Non, un peu stressé quand même. Tu me demandes d'aller voir des machines, d'aller rencontrer des agriculteurs, pas de problème. Les jeux vidéo, c'est pas mon truc historique. Si, moi c'était Worms, Age of Empire, Battlefield, mais pas Giant, pas Farming Simulator. Donc on arrive à Erlangen, ville d'accueil de Giant Software, où normalement on devrait rencontrer Stéphane Morus, qui est le Lead Content Integrator. Donc en gros, c'est, pour faire assez simple, c'est un peu le patron du jeu, quoi. C'est lui qui décide ce qu'il va y avoir dans les prochaines versions et comment il l'intègre. Voilà. Stefan.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How was the trip?
Long from France to Germany, but was interesting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So, let's go into the office.
Giant Software.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the beginning to now.
Yeah, you see the whole transition. Yeah, up to the newest games here.
With all the tractors.
Yeah. I'm Stefan Maurus.
Yeah.
I'm working for Giant Software since 10 years now. On the development of the farming simulator game.
We don't know a lot about Farming Simulator, so we are quite curious to understand, to know your job and how do you came in this company?
We are the developers of the farming simulator. So it's a computer game where you can create your own farm, develop your own farm, drive machinery, take care of your animals and all that stuff. So we got plenty of features. It developed since like 2008, where the first version was, and we are now at a quite good level of features. My personal story, I come basically from the countryside. My whole childhood was basically spent on my neighbor's farm. So I got quite a passion for farming and
So you discovered the tractor early.
Yeah, really early. Also, my grandpa's got a farm and spent a lot of time there. Yeah, at some point, it was like in 2009 or 10, I discovered the farming simulator game. And for me, as like a 14-year-old, it was quite a nice game and played a bit more. And also came into the modding topic. So it's basically where players can also create their own machinery for the game. So I also created or recreated the machinery we had at that farm and recreated that for the game. So that's basically how it developed. And yeah, at some point in 2016, and I then started to work for Giant Software and made basically my hobby, was it back then, made it to my profession and working here since 10 years and still love it.
So then in this company, you care about which kind of new development or things you are going to implement. This is part of your job.
Yeah, so my part is basically everything that has to do with machinery. So I'm gameplay programmer, but also lead integrator. So we are integrating all the vehicles into our game. So we get like 3D models of nicely looking machines, and we make them feel alive and put them into the game. So that's my part basically.
A big part of your job should be also to listen to the community. So which kind of vehicles, models, decision, how do you listen? How do you choose?
We listen quite a lot. So we got like our Discord, we got our YouTube channel where we see the comments of the community. We got our bug tracker, so we get a lot of feedback. We also got like our FarmCon, which is our yearly event where a lot of players are coming and telling their wishes and so on. So we get a lot of input. But as a game developer, of course, you need always to find a good balance. You want to make everyone happy. That's sometimes quite difficult, but I think we are doing there a quite good job.
But do you know why it's difficult? Because you are touching to the passion of people.
Some people are really passionate.
Challenge.
Especially if it's like a tractor from their own farm at home and they want to have exactly this tractor in the game. I
understand very well.
And then if it's in the game, it also has to be perfect and exactly like in reality. And if not, they will tell you.
I understand very well. We've got one of the massivest diversity of farming in the world, in Europe. How do you catch this different way of farming? How do you reproduce it into the game?
So for me personally, I travel quite a lot with my bike. So I'm cycling quite a lot and do also like long distance rides with my bike.
The best way to discover farming.
You can really spend the time and take a break, watch tractors. I'm always into that. And it's a great way to discover a country, but also like the farming side of the country. And also not only in Europe. So I've been with my bike also to New Zealand, which was quite interesting to see, and also to South America last year.
And do you have story to bring those South American and New Zealand stuff into the game?
I was in Peru, and they also produce like sugarcane there. And for the first time in my life, I saw a sugarcane harvester harvesting a field and got also great input from there, like just watching it, and also took some reference pictures because I'm always at work somehow, and we are also recreating some of that stuff now into the game. In Europe you don't have sugarcane harvesters, so I only knew it from the game, and it's also great to see it in reality.
So then, if I understand well, also the mods is a huge part of bringing, I would say, worldwide farming into the game, maybe by the community?
Especially in South America, we got a lot of modders that create quite nice mods. Also, it's sometimes hard to replicate like the whole world, because every country has different tractors or different specs of tractors. Especially in South America, they still got a lot of older tractors. Our community is quite important. Myself, I'm from the community. I was a modder before, and we got a lot of people here in the office, especially in the gameplay team. They're all from the community. They're all passionate about farming. they are all, they started to play the game, then creating mods, and then they work here. So because our game is quite openly built for modification, so you can adjust the files as you want. We also got like tools developed that make it quite easy for users to develop their own mods, to create their own 3D models and integrate them into our game. And that basically led to people creating a lot of great mods out there. So having their own machinery in the game as they want, but also like extending the functionalities of the game to quite a crazy extent. Also like modding like planes or whatever.
You can make mods of planes.
Yeah. There's also
you can
like,
fly.
Yeah, also like mining or stuff. So they transform the game into something completely different, which is quite funny oftentimes. But yeah, that's quite an important part of our game, to be like open for that. We also, with every feature we develop, we think about that to make it easy for the community to also modify it, to make their own game out of it.
So you can make a lot of input into the game yourself.
Yeah.
So which level of knowledge does it need?
Basically not that much. So basic computer knowledge of adjusting some XML files or text files to adjust some simple parts of the vehicles. We also got like tutorials out there on YouTube, presentations. We got like 2 books or 3 books about modding, which also explain a lot of things, how you can adjust certain behaviors of vehicles and that.
So no technical knowledge, only curiosity.
Yeah. That's also how it started for me, basically.
What is your view, your point of view about conservation farming?
I think it's quite an important part to be more sustainable also in the future. We also got a collaboration with John Deere and different universities, and we developed together a modification for our game to bring there way more depth into the game and way more detail. It's also used for educational purposes, also like at universities. They use it to tell the people how it works in the game, because it's probably easier to explain in the game how everything is connected together. So that's also quite nice.
In the real farming industry, we speak a lot about the soil health conservation farming. I mean, stopping plowing and then reducing the tillage. Is it a topic? Is it something that you are going to look for maybe in the future? Will you get one day conservation farming DLC?
It could be. You never know. But we definitely want to increase the depth in some area, because some parts of the game are still quite simplified, I would say. So it would make sense to add there more detail to replicate the different style of tools you're using, that it also has an impact on the soil. Of course, it's sometimes quite difficult to find there a balance. It's still like a game, still should be fun. So that's like the main goal of the game. If it's then at some point too complicated for most of the users, it's not a good thing. But we also, like, for many features, we got like the option to turn it off and on. So everyone can basically make the game how they want and make it more realistic, more simple. If they just want to relax after evening, then
I understand very well.
Then it's fine.
For example, we see the Progress TF.
Yeah.
We see this hopper with the 2 hoppers on the side. Basically speaking, this machine is a 4-hopper seeder.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 hoppers, 2 different depths. We can make different rows with different crops. How do you solve this problem, for example, to seed 2 crops,
it's
2 different plants together?
That's quite a good example, because that's a quite hard challenge, because it's not really easily doable, because you would need the double amount of data per ground pixel. So you would need to save, on each location of the map, you would need to save 2 crops, 2 growth states. So that's quite difficult to replicate. And that's why we don't have such a feature yet. Maybe at some point it would be nice to have. To simulate the soil, you got also a lot of data that you need to store. We got like multiplayer, so you need to synchronize it to all the players. And from the data perspective, that is quite an difficult.
Are
for
you
me.
dealing also with stones and everything, or
Yeah, so we got stones. That come up.
which can break machines?
Yeah, they have an influence on the machine. So
Wow.
if you don't.
Too realistic. This is our bug, you know.
Yeah. So if you don't remove them from the ground, they damage your machinery a bit more. So.
And do you have stories of manufacturers like us, which use farming simulator for real training?
Yeah, for example, like this simulator from Encore with the idea simulator. Basically, a whole representation of the combine harvester. So it simulates all values from the combine, and to quite an extensive detail. And they use it also for training visitors in their factory. So they train the people on the combine harvester in our game in a safe environment, so they cannot destroy anything there. And because the combine is quite
expensive. It can be costly.
And they use our game to train the people there, which is quite a nice way.
So it can be interesting to see that your game is also helping the real industry to train real technicians.
We got a lot of requests from manufacturers that want to use our game for their development of certain features on tractors and so on. So
So you've got the request, but do you push on that, or for the moment do you focus on the game?
It depends. We have to focus on the game mainly. Of course, such projects also bring advantages for us because we gain a lot of knowledge about the technology and the real machinery. For example, like the combine, we got a lot of knowledge now about combines. But at some point you also need to focus on the main game because such projects can take a lot of time. And we rather put that time into the main game.
I understand. I have a massive question. When will be the next game and what will be inside?
Yeah, I cannot tell you anything about that.
Oh, what's a disappointment.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking that, but unfortunately.
Just a secret, give me my ears. No. Okay.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
We got a nice DLC coming up, so.
Really?
Yeah, the Sky DLC.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting, and hopefully to see you next again soon.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
You don't have to be the only one. Yeah, it's okay.
No, we got like here we got another turn.
Yeah.
So we got quite a mixture.
Quite important for you. So what is your relation with the tractor manufacturers?
That's difficult. I like a lot of tractors. So yeah, I grew up near the Fendt plant, so in southern Germany.
Magdeburg.
Yeah, near there I grew up. So yeah, I was always a Fendt fan.
Okay.
But I like all of the tractors.
Is there a competition to push some of the others out or to be inside?
Maybe internally for them, but it's for us always a key point to have like everyone happy, to have a good mixture of tractors, also in the different ranges, to not have too many of certain tractors.
Basically, the game, is it the same for PC and the console, or do you develop two different games looking the same?
No, it's basically the same development. Of course, for consoles, it's a bit more limited because you got like one fixed hardware level. So it's especially made for this hardware level. So you can buy up to a certain amount of vehicles and then we stop it because the hardware cannot reach more.
Et donc là, nous allons maintenant rencontrer Martine, qui est le responsable marketing et va nous donner 2-3 informations sur l'entreprise.
Hi.
Hi, Martin.
How are you?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, yeah?
Yeah. We are quite curious about Giant Software. What is the size of the company first? What is the size of the community? Where is it played? How many people in the world played every day or every weeks to Farming Simulator?
Yeah, I mean, we are around 100 people now.
Okay.
Like in all the offices that we do have. From Farming Simulator 25, we sold 4 million copies, or more than 4 million copies now. It's also been like the fastest selling Farming Simulator now. Since 2008, we sold more than 40 million. The audience is a bit more tricky to say, like the daily audience, because one part of our philosophy is also to not track too much. We also don't force people to have an online account. So if you play offline at home, we don't know if you're playing. The US is a really big market. Also mainly since we added the console support, like PlayStation, Xbox. Germany in the beginning was more PC focused, and Germany always was like a big PC market. France, UK, Poland is actually pretty big. Brazil also. It's relatively worldwide, I would say. Also because, farming is also a worldwide topic. The whole world knows about farming, needs about farming.
What is your personal story? How did you came in, and what is your link with a video game?
Well, in the industry, I've been since 2005, but I started as a community manager for an online role-playing game. I think it was 2008 with the very first version, where I saw the German video games charts, and Farming Simulator was on top of the charts. And I was like, it's a game about farming? It's like, really? And it's number one. It caught my interest, and then I applied and I started working for you.
Okay, and did you had the link with the farming industry?
I don't have any farming background as a farmer, so in a village, well, we had quite a lot of farmers.
You were seeing tractors every day.
Tractors, but I didn't know anything actually about the processes, just the real basics. So when I started working here, I also tried to learn more fast, but then I realized there's so much that you need to know. So I instantly knew that, okay, there's really more behind it, and I will probably never know everything about it, not all the machines and the brands, and it's crazy, yeah.
Do you have a story of one moment, or the game was created, but you could feel it's not only a small game, it's becoming something more?
Definitely. I think it's more like throughout the years, but usually it's at events. When I started working here in 2015, my first Agritechnica, and we walked around, we visited brands, some existing ones in the game already. We tried to get new brands, and there was a lot of meetings where we still had to explain what the game is, what is a farming game. It's different from Super Mario where you jump around. It's a simulator game, and now, years later, it's more like everyone knows it, at least in the industry, I would say. There was one moment where I felt really proud and surprised. That was also at Agritechnica, actually, where we were at some marketing awards. We were just thinking of having a great evening, have some drinks, food. Yeah. And we sat there, and then right in the beginning, they mentioned, hey, welcome, and we also have some special guests. You might all know them. They're from Giant Software, Martin Mano. I was like, what? I didn't know about that. And everyone was just clapping, and we were like, they know us. And it just felt good. People from the industry, they also more or less told us that they find it really cool that we bring young people in connection with farming. Because everyone, not just the farming industry, everyone has kind of a problem with the next generation.
Exactly.
And I think that showed me that, we're on the right path. We do things like make people interested about farming. And that's something where I think it works. Yeah, it's good.
Do you have also maybe stories or experience with citizens, which are completely out of the farming industry, and through maybe Farming Simulator could discover a different way?
It was a mother who wrote us, saying that her son started playing the game when he was 10 or 11 years old. And now, 8 years later, he thought about what profession he's going to start doing. And he's an adult now, and he decided to start his own farm. Yeah. And that was because he played Farming Simulator. I mean, of course, he had to learn more than just the game to actually make the farm successful.
Could catch the passion through the game.
He got passionate through it.
Was it easy at the beginning to reach them and to get those CAD, those precious files from the manufacturers?
There's a lot of discussions going on. what do we actually need from every company, and what maybe the company is known for. And then we need the stuff that they're known for mainly. We need a balance. That's also important. We can't just put the largest tractor of every company in the game. We also need smaller tractors. We need smaller implements. It's always a bit of like bargaining, like who's getting what or so. And since you mentioned like the cut data, it's also gotten easier, I would say. In the past, there was like more hesitation, but now I think everyone is getting more digital and they also trust us more. So our reputation has gone up. Sometimes we also have machines that are older and you can't get the cut data anymore. And
so how do you do?
We have several equipment where we can go there and take a look at the machines, digitalize them. So sometimes they have to travel to the US or so, and then there's a special one.
That's a huge travel to harvest all those data from machines.
But similar with the sound, for example. The sound also has to be like authentic, and there's no cut data that they can just use. So we need to send our team there, our audio designers, and then they need to capture the sound as good as possible. And also, I'm not the expert there, but also like the sound under different load, for example, a different speed of the tractor. The extra noise that you can hear, like the rattling of some parts or so, everything has to be recorded. The tractor sound, like depending on the weight of the attachment, that can also change. Like if there's a light one in the back, the tractor needs to work less. In the past, there were more complaints about people saying, "Oh, that tractor sounds different in real life," and so on. We try to change it, but with so many machines in the game, you can't do all of them.
You already spoke a bit about that, the way to create a vocation. Is it a bit of a strategy also to reach university, to reach young people in order to create also positive things around the farming?
I would say it's one strategy, but it's more like a philosophy, maybe more. I mean, we always wanted and still want to make a family-friendly game, so it also has to be accessible for kids. One goal is also that parents play with the kids, that they can buy a game in the shop where they know that the kids also learn something when they play the game, and that they're not running around and fighting against their friends or so. And
it's a game that a grandmother would be proud to offer to his grandson.
Proud and safe. She knows that she can buy it and she doesn't have to worry about any violence in there.
Content.
So that's part of it. We also have stories from, say, teachers who want to show the game in school and show their pupils where the meat comes from, for example. I mean, I actually met someone who was like 30 years old and he's never seen a cow before. He's been to the zoo, but you don't have a cow at the zoo normally, you know? So he's seen gorillas and elephants, but he's never seen a cow. Like, are you kidding me? Of course, if he plays farming simulator, he also doesn't see an actual cow.
But
the whole
a cow
process,
in the context of a farm, you mean? I understand very well.
The main strategy of the game is not like the educative one. It's more like a side effect, because the game also it always has to be fun first. Because if it's not fun, then people don't stay and they don't play it. You don't learn because you're bored. You feel forced to play it. So there's always this balance between the realism and the entertainment in the game. So the people who play the game, but they also learn something, and they might not even realize that they're learning. I
heard about FarmCon. Is there other events, or how do you connect with the public?
In terms of actual events, the FarmCon is the biggest one. So that started 2016, where we had the first FarmCon with like 250 visitors in a small tent. And I can also say it really changes when people talk online and when you meet them in person. And you can have a back and forth conversation, explain why you did things this way. There's always like repercussions. If you add a new feature to the game, it could change something somewhere else. And you have to explain them that it's not that easy. Not screwing up somewhere else in the game is the tricky part.
Thank you very much, really, for your time, for your passion. We can feel through the game, through the farming. It was really, really interesting.
No, I can't push it over again.
Yeah, you can on the side if you push it on the... Yeah. De retour en France, merci beaucoup d'avoir regardé cet épisode. Un grand merci à toute l'équipe de chez Giant Software. N'hésitez pas à commenter, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner et à bientôt.